Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Coming up on the program, Lagos State moves to prevent fourth wave of COVID-19. State government enlightens residents on health insurance. Lagos Mortgage Board holds stakeholders forum on maintenance and safety at Anthony Enahoro Housing Estate Ogba. And 680 fish farmers get fiber boats for their business. We kick off the show with health issues that concerns everyone. As the festive season approaches, the Lagos State government is already taking steps to prevent a potential fourth wave of coronavirus by implementing strategies to mitigate the global pandemic. Let's listen to the Deputy Incident Commander of the state, Professor Akin Abayomi.
The Lagos State government has warned of a possible fourth wave of COVID-19 infection in the state, identifying the volume of inbound passengers coming into Lagos for Christmas and New Year festivities, low vaccination, and the anticipated social activities in the festive season as potential triggers.
Before we used to have sample collection sites in tents around the...
Commissioner for Health, Professor Akin Abayomi, who disclosed this at a press briefing on COVID-19 response and mass vaccination strategy, says the state government is currently implementing strategies to prevent and mitigate a possible fourth wave of the deadly virus.
The third driver of a fourth wave will be our social interactions. So we know it is a festive season. We know people are coming back to have social activities, to enjoy Lagos for what it is known for. The city of twilight, a city of social activities. But we have to be careful around this period because COVID is still with us. And we don't want a situation where, as a result of festivities and merriment, that our loved ones will end up in hospital and being very sick. So the Lagos State strategy against the fourth wave, or what we call the fourth wave mitigation strategy, is based on 4 pillars. The first pillar there is the vaccination strategy, and we're currently hovering just under 2%, but Mr. Governor has promised since last August that within a period of 1 year, we would have vaccinated up to 30% of Lagosians, which will give us some degree of protection against subsequent waves. The next strategy is to keep our testing rates high and in fact increase them. So we are making sure that we are available for testing both in the public and the private sector to all Lagosians. The third strategy is to be very strict about the arrival of passengers into Lagos, and that all passengers arriving will adhere to. So we've done our modeling in Lagos and in Nigeria, and we realize what are the triggers to our waves. And in so doing, we've been able to try and put together some idea of a strategy.
While explaining further, the Commissioner says noting the waves of COVID-19 have been caused by influx of inbound passengers from other countries into Lagos, and the state government is determined to strictly enforce the new international travel guidelines for vaccinated and unvaccinated inbound passengers.
The guidelines that have been set forth by the Presidential Steering Committee in Abuja, the task force that evolved into the Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19 response. And they have laid out some very clear guidelines that we must follow when passengers are arriving into Lagos or anywhere in Nigeria. And the fourth pillar is essentially our management through the Safety Commission, through the Ministry of Health, and through the Ministry of Justice, is to manage our social gatherings and to make sure that we comply with the standard regulations of social distancing, personal hygiene, respiratory hygiene, and adequate ventilation in gathering spaces. So let's move to our vaccination strategy. What we've done so far is we've been able to vaccinate up to 2.67% of the Lagos State population. That is a far cry below the target that has been set. But as you all know, access to vaccines is difficult, and the federal government and Lagos State are doing everything in their power to make sure that we gain access to large volumes of vaccines and that we're able to roll out those vaccines. Now, what is the evidence? It is not hearsay. It is not wishful thinking. We've done our research, and we're in concert with the rest of the world that the vaccination strategy that is being rolled out globally is an effective strategy.
The Lagos State government says currently 2.67% of its population have been vaccinated with 2 doses of the COVID vaccines and hopes to administer 8 million doses of COVID vaccines to 4 million people by 25th of December 2021.